What is going on, Sports Wars? We're here. We're live on an NFL football Sunday where they're already playing. A couple crappy
Touchdown Tua. Touchdown Tua.
Did he run it in?
I think it was the Jalen. Was that to Jalen Waddle? Jalen Waddle, baby. Roll fucking Tide. That's what's up.
As you can see, they're already
Tua destroying the worst team in the league, baby.
Urban Meyer's crying. Urban Meyer just wants to go back to the bar so he can feel up some chick. He's done with this.
Did you see Big Cat's tweet? Go ahead, I'll pull it up in a minute. I'll share it.
Like recent one?
Yes, it was this morning.
No, I didn't see that one. But we are here. We got John Matrix in the house. What's up, John?
I just pulled up the game since Jeremy was spoiling it.
So, yeah.
I'm good. I'm good though.
That's what I do.
Wait, we gotta fucking watch it later?
Well,
yeah.
Actually, I have Fubu, and that's streaming. So, Tua just scored like 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, mine's a little bit behind too.
So mine is delayed.
God.
That's such a good tweet. Urban Meyer's such a piece of shit, dude. He's such a piece.
He's so like he's so sad too, because like when he inevitably does something or like steps away or embarrasses himself, he's just like, oh, yeah, I just thought it was the right decision. Like it's just so bitch made. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like he's sitting there with his hands in his pockets, like scuffing the ground with his foot, looking down, just ready for it to be over. Like he's just such a bitch about the entire thing.
He always has problems everywhere he goes, and again, he is a fucking phenomenal football coach. You know
College
what I mean?
head coach, yeah.
No, I actually think he'll get things turned around in Jacksonville if he stays. Urban Meyer's a great coach. He really is.
I doubt if he stays.
That's the problem. I don't think he stays in Jacksonville, but I mean, the guy has been ridiculously successful everywhere he's gone, and I think he'll get things turned around in Jacksonville if he has the time. But the problem is I don't think he will. I don't think he'll have the time. So, I mean, if Jacksonville goes like 2-14, or I guess it'd be 2-15 this year or something like that, then he's gone. I think he will either quit or they'll fire him. But I think if he's given the time, he'll be fine. But he's just a weirdo, man. Just a weird cat. Anyway, hi Ryan.
He is a weirdo. Yeah. Hey, Jeremy. Me and Jim were up so fucking late last night. Goddamn Yellow Flash's stream.
Yeah,
I got about 2.5 hours of sleep.
I just casually was like, okay, I need something to put in the background, okay? And like Yellow Flash just starts like, I saw Ryan was on there. I was like, okay, Ryan's on there, cool. Yellow Flash he's drunk as fuck, and all he was doing is threatening to fight people, like all of his Twitter haters.
I respected it. I want to see the fight now. I just want to record it, I want it to be recorded. I think it'll be awesome.
It was so good,
and
I couldn't stop. Knockout. I couldn't stop listening. I'm like, I can't walk away from this train wreck of a fucking stream. Oh my god, it was so bad. And then he would get mad, and then when he would read a super chat, but then he would just make this long type pause, and then everybody was like, okay, Cecil would say something. He's well, if you guys are gonna fucking start talking, no, there's an awkward silence that we're trying to fill.
It was so great. It was so fucking funny. It was a great stream. Shout out to Yellow Flash who had me on Flashcast. I didn't think I was gonna be there till 6 a.m, but you never know what's gonna happen. So.
I heard him talking shit about Bama fans, though. I heard you, Yellow Flash. I heard you. Fuck you. Fuck Jim Harbaugh, okay? Fuck Michigan.
So, oh, yeah, that's right. He's a big Michigan. Mm-hmm. Michigan somehow, keeps getting it done, unlike another Big Ten team. I guess we can start off with that, actually. I wanted to talk about it yesterday, but I just kind of ran out of time. I'm going to fucking get rid of your dumb screen here. But Purdue, my Purdue Boilermakers, beat the shit out of Iowa. Absolutely fucking destroyed them. I think it was 24-7 at Iowa.
Wow.
It's not even like it was at Purdue. It was at Iowa. And, we talked a little bit on Monday Evening Quarterback, Jeremy, that we just didn't think Iowa was legit or for real. But I wasn't expecting this kind of – Purdue's not good. You know, they're not the worst team in the Big Ten, but they're not great. They're not great this year. So for them to go into Iowa and do that it says a lot about Iowa, not a whole lot about Purdue, in my opinion.
Well, no, I mean, it's what I always said. It's what I said when I made my video after Alabama lost to Texas A&M. You know, I was like, well, guess what? Alabama's still going to be there at the end of the year, you know, and this is what happens. It's what I've said. This is what Tom Brady has been dealing with for the past 20 years. This is what Alabama's been dealing with since Nick Saban got there. Everybody brings their A game to the top dogs. They just do. So when Tom Brady rolls into town, everybody wants to play their best. Everybody's coming in there. And even if their season's all terrible, Brady's there. We got to take him down. And Mahomes is starting to experience that a little bit too. Like, oh, Patrick Mahomes is in town. And guess what? Now they're what, 2-3?
Yep.
And so Alabama, like that Texas A&M game, Texas A&M's had some bad luck this year and some tough losses. And they were unranked at the time. So what's Texas A&M going? Hey, man, we can make our fucking season if we can knock off Alabama. South Carolina still talks about beating Alabama in 2010. Like, that's their claim to fucking fame. Like, hey, remember we beat Alabama in 2010? It's 2010, motherfucker. Yeah, you beat them in the regular season. So my point here is that Iowa, regardless of Iowa not being a great team or a respectable team, they were carrying a number 2 ranking going into that. National prominence, national attention. This is a big deal. So Purdue is looking at it going, we can knock off number 2. So they're bringing their A game. This is what happens when you're the top dog, and you got to be able to handle it. And clearly Iowa couldn't handle it.
Yeah, for sure. And they got beat down. I'm glad that Purdue did it, though. I'm very glad that Purdue did it. This is the second time in like the past 3 years they beat an undefeated number 2 ranked Big Ten contender. Ohio State, they beat them a couple years ago as well. So, hey, Purdue has a knack for doing it.
How far is it? How we're going to drop, you think, in the rankings?
Pretty big. This is a bad loss. This is a bad loss. Yeah. Like, this was a terrible loss. It was the final 24-7. Like, this is a bad loss.
Yeah, this ain't Alabama losing to Texas A&M.
No. And I mean, again, that was a fantastic game.
And that was a close game.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, field goal kick decided it in the end. And again, you know, that's the Kyle Field, the College Station. That's the toughest place to play in college football, in my opinion, for Alabama. So it was a tough loss for sure. But this was a bad loss for Iowa. This is devastating.
Yeah, well, I think when we can take a look at the rankings right now. Like, Cincinnati moves up, Oklahoma moves up, Alabama moves up, Ohio State moves up. The question is really Penn State, because Iowa just beat Penn State. So can you move Penn State over Iowa? And what do you do with Michigan? You know what I mean?
I say Penn State needs to move ahead of Iowa.
They're probably going to be out the top 10.
It's tough. It's tough. Like, because they literally just beat Penn State.
I know, but it's a bad loss. Like
Oregon, yeah.
If you lose on a last-second field goal or overtime or a touchdown or something, you can justify keeping them ahead of Penn State and keeping them in the top 10. Like, there's no chance in hell Michigan doesn't get above them, I think.
Yeah,
that was a bad loss. And I don't think Michigan's that great either, even though I am interested to see how they play this year. And like you talked about last week, they got a pretty tough road ahead of them.
Like, yeah, Michigan just hasn't done anything impressive. Like, not really. Like, barely beating Rutgers. They did beat Wisconsin pretty good, but Wisconsin's absolute dog shit this year. And then Nebraska, 32-29 over Nebraska. Like, they haven't won convincingly, but they have won all their games.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I guess we'll see.
But fuck you, Iowa. That's what you get. You couldn't even handle couldn't even handle it for a week. This is what happens. Everybody's going to bring their A game when you're ranked high. Georgia's dealing with it right now, and Georgia's clearly, I mean, like I said, I felt like they would have a pretty easy time with Kentucky, and I didn't watch the game, but I mean, if you look at the score, because I didn't watch the game, but it seems they had a pretty easy time with Kentucky. Georgia's ridiculous this year, and please, Cincinnati, please stay in the top fucking 4. Please stay there. So Alabama can pull a yellow flash and beat the brakes off of you. because that's exactly what's going to fucking happen. Flash, we're never letting this shit go. I know he's not watching right now, but we're never letting
probably
this go.
sleeping.
Yeah, we're never letting this go.
I think that Cincinnati has, I think, SMU. That's the last, I think, real opponent on their schedule. Which real opponent, SMU. But that's about it. So unless they really fuck up, Cincinnati should win out. And
yeah.
The question will be then, because the committee, right, the people that select, they don't always fucking go by straight up the way the rankings were before. They actually come out with the college football rankings after they do the meetings, and sometimes it's a big surprise. And they have it in their minds that they want to make sure they get good games too.
That's
What's part
up, Nate?
of it.
What's up, Nate? I see you in the chat cheering for your Dolphins. They did. Let's see. So what's the score right now in that game? So
20 to 17.
Okay. And my boy Tua, 29 of 41, 295 yards. Let's get you 300 yards, Tua. Let's get you one more touchdown. And again, I know it's against a terrible team, but it's nice to see Tua out there. He actually got tackled and he got up.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's going to last long, so enjoy it while you can. Jacoby about to be out there soon. Steven Rosa for $5. Fuck woke Bill Belichick. Fuck check down Mac Jones. Fuck creepy Bob Kraft. Let's go Cowboys.
Oh, man.
Thank you, Steven Rosa. That was brutal.
That's it.
Kenosha 3-point shooter for $2. What do y'all think of Illinois basketball? I haven't thought much about Illinois basketball. I think they're probably in the top 10 this year. I know they were decent last year. They're probably going to be the same this year. I can check, but I wouldn't really be able to speak good on it.
I'm not someone that follows college basketball. I'm trying to think of any. Now, occasionally I have over the years. like I told you, Ryan, I was a big Glenn Robinson fan back in the day. Purdue. You
just follow stories.
Well, no, I mean, I follow. Yeah, I mean, like
that's what I mean. You follow, like, if there's big stories or big people or whatever, you follow.
College basketball has never been my thing. I mean, I followed people like Stephon Marbury in college. I followed, Adonis Jordan. A lot of people probably don't remember that name back in Kansas. I used to follow, like the UNC Duke rivalry, all that shit. But I can't think of a player. Wait. No, that was St. John's. What has there been? Who's a prominent player that played for Illinois in college?
Illinois.
Yeah.
They've had a couple like decent pros, but they haven't had any at least that I can remember. They haven't had anybody that at the college level while they were there were just like some massive star. Now they were good in I think they won the national championship in like 2002, like right around there. It's been a little while. But I have no idea. I haven't thought very much at all about
I know
about college basketball.
Yeah, really. But I do want to give a shout out to my boy
Darren Williams. Yeah, that's right. He was. He got real big. When he went to Utah and everything. But yeah, he was big when he was there with Illinois.
I want to give a shout out to my boy Glenn Big Dog Robinson. Though he didn't quite have the career I thought he would, but he still had a solid fucking career. Had a very solid career. I was convinced Glenn Robinson was going to be like an all-time great, like top 20 all-time great player. And I think he just was he was an all-star player. He was a decent player over the years, but never really lived up to the expectations. Still love that dude though.
There you go. Thank you for the super chat. Wasn't expecting that question today. Raging Rhino for $4.99 Aussie with a little fist bump. Thank you so much, Raging Rhino.
Thank you. Is that for Tua? Because Tua's over 300 yards, baby, against that vaunted Jacksonville Jaguars defense.
They're in the hurry up right now. The hell? Butter Biscuit for $2 says, I'm late. Boomer Sooner.
No.
All right. Lulu, a channel member for 2 months, says, happy Sunday to you three. Thank you so much, Lulu.
Happy Sunday.
Appreciate that.
We love Lulu.
Primark Vulcan for $5. Did y'all see any of the clips of Steve Belichick making those stupid faces during the Buccaneers-Patriots games? Yeah, I did. It was really weird. But there's me and Jeremy have plenty of fucking weird pictures taken of us in the middle of streams. So
yeah.
sometimes it happens. But I saw some video where he looked really fucking weird.
Yeah, he looks like he needs an exorcist, dude, on some of those videos.
Yeah,
fucking
for
psychopath.
Real. For real. All right, we're all caught up there. We check the Streamlabs because, guys, we got to talk about Jon Gruden. Jeremy needs real pants for $5. Hail Sports Wars.
Okay.
Thank you, Jeremy needs real pants. President-elect Archie Bunker.
Wait. Is that a name?
Yeah, like the donation name. Jeremy needs real pants for $5. Says Hail Sports Wars.
I thought that's what they said. Jeremy needs. I thought their comment was Jeremy needs real pants. Hail Sports Wars.
No, that's their name.
That's pretty awesome.
That's their name.
You know, all the years you've been on YouTube, Jeremy, why isn't there a hatless Jeremy?
There is.
I've never seen it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's all kind. Dude,
Jeremy doesn't stream enough to have those like memes pop up enough anymore.
Not anymore. Yeah.
He used to have a lot of them, but I never saw.
Yeah, when I would stream, absolutely. And yes, Glenn Robinson did win a title with San Antonio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was very much the tail end of his career, I think. Then, if I remember right, wasn't he? He wasn't like a massive contributor to those teams.
He wasn't no contributor.
No, not.
I could forgot he was on one of those teams.
Yeah, he was not. He was not a piece. He was not a major piece of that puzzle at all.
President-elect Archie Bunker for $5. Good morning, gentlemen. I would just like to say you're all looking good.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Always
tells me I should get 2.5 hours of sleep every day. We'll go with that. But we talked about it a little bit last Sunday. We talked about Jon Gruden as those emails came out. We talked about the backlash to it. I don't think any of us expected that 24 hours after that, Jon Gruden would be turning in his resignation after the NFL essentially forced the Raiders to force him out over these emails ranging from a decade ago to 3 years ago. John, you guys have obviously been making a lot of videos over there on Black and White Sports. What's your entire takeaway of the nonsense surrounding this cancel culture that's targeted specifically at Jon Gruden over these private emails?
What's been lost is that the investigation had nothing to do with Jon Gruden. The NFL wants you to believe that Jon Gruden was the only one writing bad emails out of 650,000. Really? I'm not buying it at all. I mean, Dan Snyder, the media has accused the league of covering up for Dan Snyder. And the women, their lawyers, because there's women involved in, I guess there's some kind of lawsuit or something like that. They want emails released to find out what is the NFL hiding to do with the Washington football team. And Jon Gruden is just the fall guy for all of this. It's ridiculous.
It's absolutely ridiculous. It's bullshit. And if there's anybody out there that actually, first of all, the people that believe that there's no more offensive emails are probably the same people that are trying to get Jon Gruden fired. These people are fucking idiots. They live in a bubble.
Yeah, hypocrites.
Yeah, the most of those emails probably have a lot of questionable shit in there. And it's just disgusting that Jon Gruden, I'll just say it, like I said already, Jon Gruden is targeted because he's a straight white male. That's it. As simple as that. And it's so crazy that we've ended up in this place, but this is what we've been saying about this cancel culture nonsense. Eventually they'll come for you. Eventually they will come for you. Roger Goodell is a literal piece of shit. And it makes me so happy every single day that I see Barstool Sports continue to be successful, because I know how much shit Portnoy and Barstool has given Roger Goodell. Fuck Roger Goodell. He is a fucking piece of shit. He really is.
I really want to know what kind of text messages Roger Goodell sends to his close personal friends. I really want to know that. I would suggest everybody delete everything. It's never going to be safe.
Yeah, well, in this case, it doesn't matter like what you deleted because it's on these like NFL servers or whatever, Yeah. And that's the thing to me, the context surrounding this. These are private emails between friends. Jon Gruden was not an employee of the NFL at the time. Jon Gruden, I don't feel like said anything offensive. I don't feel like he said anything that's beyond the pale of what a lot of conversations between friends are like. And for the NFL to target him specifically, that has to be who it is. Like, the NFL leaked these emails. The NFL put this stuff out there. And the reason that I'm pretty sure that that's the case is because it gets leaked to the press. The NFL hands emails over to the Raiders and says, hey, guys, there's a lot of stuff out here. Do what you think is right, because the NFL didn't want to be the ones that did this. The Raiders let Jon Gruden play, right? The Raiders decided, hey, guys, we're going to let Jon Gruden coach, not play. We're going to let him coach. And after that happened, surprise, surprise, the NFL was mad about that, and they leaked the rest of the emails to the New York Times.
And they were going to continue to leak more emails.
Yep.
Exactly. Like that's what happened. And so that's why Mark Davis, when asked about this, says, I don't have any comment other than ask the NFL. Ask the NFL. That's all he said. That's all he would say. The NFL forced them into this.
You want to know something else kind of fishy? Rhodes actually has a video coming out on this later on. He said that the Raiders and Gruden are working on some kind of a settlement. Now, if he resigned, he wouldn't get paid, right? If you got fired,
correct.
That's something different.
Correct.
So apparently they are working on some kind of a settlement on the rest of the money from his contract.
That's what I think. Like, I think that, like, they had that discussion and he's like, listen, we'll let you walk away. They may give him close to the fucking $60 million or whatever that he's still owed, honestly, just so that they didn't have to fire him and he got to resign and I guess sort of save face, even though the media is continuing to come after him. And, you know, even now we have more emails that are leaking out, specifically about Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick, who for some reason is constantly in the news, even though he's the most irrelevant person in the world. It's going to give me a fucking seizure. I don't know why the hell that happened. But this is from geeksandgamers.com. Colin Kaepernick trashed in uncovered Jon Gruden emails. The failed quarterback also has a Netflix series premiering this month. I have the hiccups and I want to kill myself because of that. Another unintended consequence of these leaks is the eternal victim, Colin Kaepernick. Referencing the kneeling he caused circa 2018, Bruce Allen and conservative talk show host Mark Levin opined on the subject. Remember, 90% of NFL players have never considered kneeling. The 10% of players are the issue now, says Jeff Lurie and Denise DeBartolo, 49ers owner. Allen wrote to Levin, this is so ridiculous and it's embarrassing. As for Kaepernick, that exchange was between Allen and Gruden. They suspend people for taking amino acids. They should cut this fuck, Gruden wrote to Allen. I love that.
Oh, boy.
I stand with Jon Gruden. Yeah. Fuck Colin Kaepernick. Yes. Oh, that's beautiful. I love it, dude.
It's absolutely hilarious. And this is how people talk. Like me and Jeremy, when we fucking send messages back and forth, 95% of those I would never want anybody to see. Because one, a lot of times I'm joking around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like you're being hyperbolic. You're trying to fucking make your buddy get a kick out of it. Like when you have these conversations in private, you're expressing frustrations. You're letting off some steam. You're talking in a way that you wouldn't talk in public for a reason.
Yeah,
because that's your friend and they understand you. They understand when you're making a joke. They understand all these things. You don't have to be explicit about it. And that's the insidiousness of this entire thing.
Yeah, man. I mean, and it's just the fact that we are talking about a man being forced to resign because of private emails that were leaked. What are we talking about here? What are we doing? Well, this is insanity.
Yep.
Like, this is unacceptable, man. Unacceptable.
And check this out. How many guys, and I'm talking about men, how many of your friends have sent you nude pictures of other women?
Yeah.
Every single man has received that text. At least 20 times. Not once. At least 20, I would say.
Yeah, I mean,
I do think I will say this about the whole investigation. If there are Washington football team employees and your owner of that team is probably Redskins at the time is like exchanging topless pictures of you with someone, I do think that that's something the NFL would be very interested in and that kind of thing, like a legitimate workplace, something like that going on. But like, that's the only real thing out of this. And that's not on Jon Gruden. That's on Bruce Allen. Or I guess he's the GM, not the owner. But you guys know what I'm saying.
He's the president.
Yeah. So it's disgusting. The owners run this league, obviously. Dan Snyder getting off scot-free. And in fact, what's Dan Snyder doing? Trying to blow smoke up
Sean Taylor.
ass.
Yeah, let's pretend we care about Sean Taylor all of a sudden.
Sean Taylor's been dead since 2007. Now, all of a sudden, 14 years later, they want to retire his number.
The bad thing is what the family said. That's the standout part where the family's like, we didn't even hear about that until this week.
Yeah, his brother didn't know about it.
Like, and the fact that they don't think that people see right through their bullshit, and there are a lot of people that don't. A lot of people fall for it. A lot of people think that they care. Oh, this is such a brave and stunning thing that they're honoring Sean Taylor. This is called a distraction. That's what this is called. This is called a distraction, and they're using identity politics. They are using a great player. Sean Taylor was great, and it's terrible what happened to him. They are using this man's memory to cover up their own flaws. Think about how shitty of a person
they
you have to be.
No shame. No shame. They got to use a dead football player to do. Oh man,
like what is the purpose behind it? Like, you think that just because you retire a beloved player's jersey that people are going to forget about everything else? Like, that makes no sense at all. I don't even understand the motivation behind it, but it's clear that's what it is. It's like, if we virtue signal, look, we're honoring one of our, famous black players. We love Sean Taylor. You guys loved him. Let's honor him. And the family's like, why didn't you tell us about this beforehand? we don't even know if we can go to this. Like,
what's funny too? I can't remember who was somebody from ESPN. They tried to basically cover up for the Redskins and say, "Oh, we knew about this summer. Why didn't the family know about it then?"
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'd like to know who that was at ESPN.
I saw it. I'll look it up real quick.
Probably Adam Schefter. He ran it by his editor.
Right now, Jacksonville is attempting a very long field goal. What is this going to be? About 55-yard field goal here to tie the game.
58-yard looks like on the 41-yard line.
So, damn. Made it.
I can't even fucking see anything. Oh, 54-yarder. They were on the 38 or something. Oh yeah. Okay, there it is.
Tied up.
Boom. Oh. How did that go in?
I don't know. I need to see a replay of that shit.
What the fuck? That started it started like 2 miles to the right.
I know.
Look at Urban Meyer. Man. Urban Meyer looked like he's about to have a heart condition. He's so excited.
What the hell, dude? That was the weirdest looking field goal I've seen. What the hell?
That ball for all of you that aren't watching, that ball started probably about.
It looked like one of Tiger Woods' hook shots. Is what it looked like.
It started right at the fucking post. It actually moved out to the right about, 3-4 yards outside, and then curved back in at the last second. Nuts.
Hey, it was Ryan Clark. He tweeted out, since people wondering, Tim Hightower reached out to me on September 22nd to invite me to Washington NFL Alumni Weekend. In his text, he told me they'll be honoring Sean and his family. September 22nd. But the family said they didn't know till 4 days ago. Okay.
That's such bullshit.
Even then, that's only fucking 3 weeks ago or something.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
No.
All right, I'll
3 weeks
stop
before the scandal.
I'll stop narrating what's going on because I know I am ahead of the streamers. So my bad, guys.
You watching just on regular TV?
You're ahead of me too.
Yeah, I have Sunday ticket. TV. I have Sunday ticket.
Oh,
I have Sunday ticket. How can you get Sunday ticket when this game is on regular?
Well, I have DirecTV, so I guess the reason I was saying is that's the only reason I have DirecTV for sports. So.
Gotcha.
But it's on whatever CBS. So.
Yeah. Because usually you can't watch a game that's nationally televised on.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
Sunday
It's
ticket,
it's blacked out.
Okay.
Yeah, but this it's gonna keep continuing. Like I think they will go after more people, but it's gonna be selectively targeted. Like we saw Schefter, right? And the Schefter stuff. I don't know how much you saw about this, Jeremy. Adam Schefter basically had a story that he emailed the unpublished story to Bruce Allen and said, hey, if there's anything inaccurate here, just let me know, Mr.
Yeah, I heard
Editor.
about that.
And yeah, it was a joke. Right? It was obviously a joke calling him Mr. Editor. But that in and of itself is just part of this insidious relationship that we always talk about, this access media, where these guys, you know, we know that that's how Adam Schefter does this. Like, everybody knows that Adam Schefter has sources. Like, everybody knows he has players that talk to him, GMs that talk to him, coaches that talk to him. Otherwise, how would he get all these fucking stories? But when you have these sources, then you fall under this threat, because how do I know that you're not going to criticize one of these players in order to keep your source? Are you not going to run a negative story about this GM so that you don't lose your source? And that's the problem in general. But the idea that people are like way upset over this, I think, is fucking stupid. Honestly, like,
yeah, I don't
not that big of a deal.
I don't care about the Schefter stuff in isolation, but I do consider Adam Schefter part of the problem when it comes to this Jon Gruden stuff and other stuff. I feel like Adam Schefter virtue signals to a painful level a lot of times, and he walks the company line. And he wants to, based on his reporting, he's out there just pretending that Jon Gruden did something so terrible. And so when I see him, like, again, I don't have a problem with anything he said in isolation, but when I see him get caught up in the same thing that he's helping push, I mean, I like Adam Schefter, but I also think he's just as guilty as all these other fucks for creating this type of environment. So when I see him getting caught up in it, even though he's innocent, so is Jon Gruden. So I like the fact that he's getting caught up in it too.
Guess where Jon Gruden was at when this happened? He was working for ESPN.
Yeah,
and now all these people at ESPN who have a million skeletons in their closet are participating in this shit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, what is there going to be any acknowledgement of the fact that he was working there when all these offensive things took place? What does that say about ESPN's workplace? The fact that Jon Gruden thought it was okay to call someone the F slur. ESPN needs to be held accountable. Why aren't those things being pushed out there?
Exactly. And that's the hilarious part of it for me, is just like, what Schefter did, no problem. Same with Jon Gruden, no. But now that he's getting caught up in it, I think it's pretty awesome. And I want to see more people get caught up in it.
Yeah. They make for good videos. I like Will Cain better, but he got let go. He's at Fox News now, which is where he belongs. He didn't it was refreshing to hear that voice at ESPN, but he clearly doesn't belong there.
He did not belong there.
Nope, not at all.
And that's why they pushed his shit off on ESPN News. Like, they kind of buried the guy. Like, Will Cain, it was a big, he got good numbers and he was well received by a lot of people, which is why he's where he's at now. But they tried to bury him because they didn't want that type of thinking at ESPN. Nate the lawyer for $5. Ruth Bader Ginsburg was against kneeling, but said they had the right to do it. Why did the media hide this? When we say it, we're bad people. She says it, no problem. Well, you're right, Nate. Well, Katie Couric did think there was a problem with it. That's why she hid it. Because Katie Couric thought that that's not something that the legend of Ruth Bader Ginsburg should be putting out there. So she decided intentionally to edit it and keep it out to protect Ruth Bader Ginsburg, which is so fucked.
It's like that just shows you that the media is the enemy of the people. The mainstream media is the enemy of the people. They are not interested in reporting. They are activists. They are there to control the narrative. They are not there to tell you what's going on and let you make up your own decision. They're there to control the narrative. As I've said here before, like, and we always have this thrown back in our face a thousand times. As much like we are here to cover sports, we are sports fans. Okay, we are not here to shill for the NFL. We're not here to get access. We're not here to get interviews. We don't give a fuck about all that. So when people go, well, I thought you guys were boycotting. We never said that we were ever boycotting anything. We've never said that.
The NBA, I am.
Well, okay. But I'm saying, like, but like, we also said, like, you can do whatever you want. You know what I mean? Like, we're not telling you to do anything. You can watch. You can tell them to go fuck themselves. You can never support them with your money, because whatever you do with your money is up to you. We're just here to tell you our opinions. The mainstream media doesn't operate like that. The mainstream media feels like the more information you have that is detrimental to the narrative, the worse it is. So like, what was it when when the NFL ratings are bad, we're going to tell you they're bad. When they're not bad, we're not going to sit there and just, we're not going to sit there and act like they are bad. They were horrible a couple of years ago. And guess what? Do you know what's happened? The kneeling has stopped. The political pandering has stopped for the most part. They're still subtle about it. They're still trying to kind of barely put it here just so we can not be called racist. I guess that was their whole thing. End racism in the fucking end zone.
It's still an end zone.
Well, you know what I thought was interesting, Jeremy, is we had this fucking report that the Black National Anthem
was about to bring
going to be played before all these things.
Yep.
We were at a Sunday night football game. They said
never heard it.
Keystone. It didn't fucking happen. They didn't like play it anywhere. Like they didn't like do a recording. They didn't. It was nothing. Literally just the national anthem. So
I haven't seen it since week one.
It does look like they've backed off on a lot of that type of virtue signal.
Or they showing it at the actual stadiums, but not the networks aren't showing it on TV. I'm wondering if that's happening also.
Well, we didn't. We were there. We were at the game.
You were at a prime time. Okay.
Yeah.
There was no pregame political pandering in Sunday Night Football. Biggest game of the year so far. There was zero.
So you think the NFL low key said, "Oh,
of course they did."
On both sides are giving us backlash.
Of course they did.
Let's just low key get rid of it.
Of course they did, but we did notice it. Now, no, like I took a picture and posted it, and I was like, "Fuck, it's got that end racism bullshit." Ryan cropped it when he posted his. I'm cropping that shit out before I post this picture. Fuck them. But yeah, there was none of that. Now, if you go back just a year or two ago, like it was so bad. You know what I mean? But yeah, the NFL's recognized it, and the NBA not as much, but they've dialed back some, but they're still idiots in the NBA. But they have dialed it back big time.
So we do just have to give this update. The Dolphins went for it on fourth down in a tie ball game on the 50-yard line.
They just got stopped.
With like a minute and 40 left. So they just gave Jackson the ball needing to go 10, 15 yards to get in field goal range. Like, what the fuck, man?
This is not good. This is not good.
That was a bold decision. Bold decision to do that.
Man, it was it was like 4th and inches, really.
It was 4th and 1, yeah.
Yeah, 4th and 1, but it looked a lot closer than 1 yard.
Jacksonville celebrating like they won the fucking Super Bowl.
Well, they're about to win their first game, so yeah.
Maybe.
Well, they lost like 22 in a row for a reason.
I wonder if they're going to review that spot because I think they could have got a little more generous. Lar, 1996 for $20. Thank you so much, Lar. Appreciate that, man. Lar's always just dropping it, and then he like watches on replay later, but supports like while we're on. So we appreciate that, man. Eli Saul for 5, wishing everybody a good football Sunday and week. Joe Rogan is the GOAT. Joe Rogan is the GOAT. And I actually haven't even told Jeremy this. I'm going to try to make a big deal about it today. I got to put a tweet out and tag Team YouTube. I got a warning on Patriot Outpost, and my Joe Rogan video got
I heard
removed.
you say it last night.
Really?
Last night.
Yeah.
About Gupta?
Yeah, the one where I played snippets of the interview that is publicly available on YouTube, that is played on CNN's YouTube channel. And I myself specifically said during that, hey, I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving anybody medical advice. And I just reacted to what was being said. But I got hit with medical misinformation.
That's why I put ours directly on the website.
Yeah. So that big video, like that got me enough watch hours, just got removed. So I'm going to tag Team YouTube probably after this stream and try to make a fuss about that. And then I'll try to make I'm going to send my channels under attack on my stream today. So full quartering.
Yeah, see, we got a warning on Black and White Sports when I probably can't even say it on the stream. I'll just wait and tell you afterwards.
Yeah, it's so bad. Again, there's so much tap dancing we have to do right now. Yeah. And by the way, Trevor Lawrence got sacked. So, but yeah, right now, Ryan, since we got 700 people watching, why don't you make the tweet right now so we can get as much traction on as possible?
Okay. Oh, if you
do it
want to
right
vamp
now.
a little bit.
Yeah,
vamp a little
do
bit,
it right
we'll
now.
that.
Do it right now. And now we got so there's 48 seconds to go in the game, and it's looking like third down. I'm trying to stay a little behind actual real time.
I'm showing second and 16.
Oh well, shit. Then I'm still ahead of y'all. So
Sorry.
Nate the lawyer says tweet it out. I'll retweet it. Thank you, Nate.
Hell yeah, Nate.
This happened to me many times. Yeah, Ripa has been through it a few times. Again, so that's why for me, like my D-Day Cobra channel, I think like before the election was blowing up. And
you were getting a ton of views.
Yeah, and soon as everything went down, man, I've dialed back big time over there. And there's been so many topics I've wanted to tackle, but I've just been kind of low key over there, man, because I've been low key on a lot of stuff recently because I just don't know how to tackle a lot of this stuff because it's so hard to tap dance. I mean, obviously I have, but it's so frustrating.
Yeah.
That we are in this point where you can qualify everything and it's still not good enough. You can do the, oh, I'm not a doctor nonsense. And they still like, spoiler alert, I'm sitting here in a fucking hoodie with video games behind me. I'm clearly not a fucking doctor. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, I don't know why you have to qualify that. But, did you get Mexican Iron Man super chat?
No, I haven't. No.
Mexican Iron Man for 1999. Hail this great, fantastic show and hail you guys. And thanks for replacing ESPN with damn great coverage and analysis. Hail from South Carolina. Y'all rock. Thank you, Mexican Iron Man.
Good.
Appreciate you and appreciate all of your support. And yeah, I mean, it's I'm really happy with what Sports Wars has done and what we feel like it can become. Ryan's doing a fantastic job over here. And I should have made a video yesterday after Iowa lost just to talk some mad shit. I had so much going on yesterday, but I should have made a video just talking mad shit. So I probably will. I'll be back on that next college football Saturday for whatever happens. I expect that there'll be another upset or something like that next week. So, yeah, I see everybody in the chat. So you guys are, definitely support this tweet from Ryan because the more attention we get on it, the more Team YouTube will at least potentially look at it. That's how the game is played, unfortunately.
It's gonna be tough though. YouTube is just weird.
Yeah, they're fucking.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, you had LSU. So LSU beat Florida. Dan Mullen, like, I don't know if Coach O saved his job yesterday or not. I'm not sure about that. I see you. Who does Bama lose to next week, Chuck? You guys are so excited that Bama lost the game. You're so fucking excited. All right, I gotta see this. Is he gonna throw a Hail Mary? I guess. All right, I'm not going to react. I'm not going to react.
It was 4th and 8, and then I saw where they lined up, and I guess they called timeout.
Ooh, interesting. I'm not going to say what happened. Okay, not going to say what happened. Oh, gosh.
I'm seeing Trevor Lawrence run to the field now.
It's a very, very interesting scenario that's about to happen right now. Joe Bob Tarhill says, YouTube gave me 2 notices, and I won both of them. Yeah, I know Ripa's had 2 of them that he has had to fight, and you got to meet young Ripa, Ryan.
I did. Yeah, that was fucking awesome. We had a great time. Had a great time with Ripa. We recreated the Zuby picture, which is fucking hilarious.
Oh,
that was pretty.
Whoa!
Funny.
I freaking loved it. I saw it was like a quick out, 1 second left. And they got in the field goal range. That's what I just saw.
I'm not saying anything.
Why are you so far ahead of us? Like, I don't fucking understand that shit.
Because he's watching. He's not streaming.
I'm on a feed.
It's usually not that bad for me. Like,
you see,
chat saying it. Jaguars win. Chat saying it. Jags win. Holy shit!
Wow.
See, when I text Rhodes and he has streaming just like me. His streaming lags more than mine.
Damn.
He's usually like a minute behind me.
Tua played good too, man. Damn.
But I'm glad Trevor Lawrence got a victory.
I'm not. Fuck Trevor Lawrence.
Eventually, he was going to have to win it. He did, but eventually he was going to have to win the game.
Oh my God. BBC Live is even ahead of Jeremy, says Chuck.
What sucks is this may be the only victory of the year.
Yeah.
And they didn't even get it at home.
Urban Meyer about to hit the club tonight, boy. They're gonna be happy. But yeah, so if you guys are just joining us, Ryan got hit with a medical misinformation on his one of his latest videos.
There's a channel warning, right?
Yeah.
Patriot Outpost channel about the Joe Rogan Sanjay Gupta clip. And it's ridiculous that he got hit for that. So we're going to send a tweet out, tag Team YouTube. Hopefully you guys can retweet it and give us a support on that. That will be very helpful. Yeah. But yeah, this is the world we live in right now. And again, programming note, tonight we will be playing Mario Kart on the main channel and on the Twitch channel. That is back. It's been 2 weeks since we have played. We'll be back playing Mario Kart tonight. I'm excited. Going to be a lot of shit talking. And so make sure you subscribe to the main Geeks and Gamers channel and following us over on Twitch because it's going to be fun. No, Ryan didn't miss your super chat, Chris. He's just he's busy typing this tweet up. So as soon as he gets done, we will get back. All right. So Ryan, you got it.
We ready to go. Thank you guys for vamping while I fucking wrote all that shit out. Eli Saul 17 wishing everybody a good football Sunday and week. Joe Rogan's GOAT. That's what led me to that. Mike Hill for $5. ESPN sideline reporter quitting the network because she doesn't want to get the poke.
Allison Williams.
Have to look into that one.
Yeah, I dropped a video before this stream. She actually requested accommodation from ESPN because she doesn't want to get it because she wants to have a baby. ESPN denied her request, and all ESPN employees have until Thursday to get the jab or get out. So she said, well, I'm out then.
What is this?
So ESPN doesn't respect women.
Nope.
No, my body, my choice.
Wow.
Neither does the NFL. You get your ass beat by an NFL player if you're a woman, no problem. If you say something potentially, jokingly homophobic, oh boy, you're fired. You're done. So it's almost like Dave Chappelle was right.
He is. Dave Chappelle, more and more right every single day. Chris Coran for $5 as a Bucks fan and season ticket holder. I'm pissed they're removing him from the Ring of Honor. Yeah, like that. It's literally the unpersoning of him. Who cares? He won a championship there like 20 years ago. Like, how many other players have done something in like at some point in their lives? Like,
Warren Sapp.
Let's go through the people in the Hall of Fame. Have they ever done anything that might be, fucking Peyton Manning dragging his balls on some bitch's face. He's fine. Put him in the Hall of Fame. Ain't no problem.
Brett Favre's pictures.
Well, I will say, like, okay, you may have domestic violence. Okay. You may have rubbing balls in faces. You may have people that are beating, the hell out of each other. You may have people that are robbing and doing all these legal things, but I'm pretty sure none of them have dropped the F-bomb or the F word in private to their friends. And that's what we need to worry about the most, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody's saying the big bad F word in private because that's where the line is drawn with the NFL.
So
and boy, Jerry Jones better not ever do something like what the Raiders did. He better not try to act all high and mighty. I don't think he will, because never forget, Jerry Jones signed Greg Hardy. Enough said about that.
Yep.
Hey, you gotta play to win the game, Heir to the Ron for $25. Thank you, Heir to the Ron. Unbelievable scapegoat treatment against Gruden. This is another attack on strong, white, straight men in America who have actually helped many black people. Yeah, I'm sure that Jon Gruden helped mentor a lot of people throughout his entire time. And yeah, no one cares. He said a mean word. He said that someone had big lips. Remember when that was what we were talking about? I'm sure there's a lot of people that are mad we're not talking about the rampant racism, and now we're talking about the homophobia instead. Jesus.
Just like Dave Chappelle said.
Yeah, there it is. Different victimhood ladders. But thank you, Heir to the Ron. Appreciate the super chat. Jake Miller for $2. McGregor just punched a famous Italian musician. What? I don't doubt it.
I love McGregor, dude. I love it. It's so good. It's so good.
Conor McGregor.
Who did he punch this time?
What does this fucking say? It's in goddamn Italian. He tried to beat Machine Gun Kelly. I remember that. This is all in fucking Italian. All right, here we go. Let's see.
Matt G for $5. Another Gruden email just leaked. John says Jeremy has time for car videos, but no time for the High Council. That a-hole.
True statements. God, what is going on with my fucking computer?
It's all messed up, man. Glitching out today.
All right. We're crazy. The Notorious MMA gave you a pine cone. Had he given you a pine cone, you would have found yourself with Pollock instead of a face. However, the thing is, Mojaba gave 10 to you. Nah, Trump makes me laugh too much. What the fuck is this all about? Like, all the shit I can find is in fucking Italian. So
let's speak Italian.
Simo amato Notorious MMA. Like, I don't fucking know what any of this means.
Lingua Italiano.
Doesn't surprise me.
Conor McGregor just listened to Yellow Flash's live stream last night, and he decided he was just going to go ahead and live out Flash's fantasy of just fighting everyone and beating the brakes off of them.
Beat the brakes. Francesco Fanicelli, punched by Conor McGregor, attacked without reason. Look at this is what they put out there. God!
Damn, man, your computer sucks.
I don't know what's going on. That's it. This is the guy that got punched, evidently. There's Conor.
Somebody said TMZ just came out with an article.
All right. Let me find it.
Dude, if Conor McGregor isn't fighting people randomly in the streets for no reason, I'm disappointed. Like, I love Conor McGregor. He's such a personality, dude. I'm sure people like, I can't believe Jeremy's celebrating this. Ryan is having a tough time today.
It's not I take fucking 2 times to do it. I don't know. TMZ, Conor McGregor allegedly attacks DJ in Rome. Punch to the face, broken nose.
Holy
Conor
shit.
McGregor allegedly got in another fight outside the octagon. This time a DJ claims the champ punched him in the face and broke his nose. Francesco Fanicelli, a famous DJ from Italy, says he and his wife were hanging out with Conor and his fiance in Rome, and around 2:30, Conor threw a punch. He says the attack was unprovoked. Facinelli, who posted a video that clearly shows the injuries, says they were all having fun earlier the evening. So much so, Conor invited them to tag along. It appears they didn't leave because he says that's when Conor threw the punch in front of 10 witnesses. He was quick to say he's suing Conor. I took a punch for nothing. That punch could go to anyone, my friends, my wife, and other persons. That's why I decided to sue Conor McGregor, because he's a violent and dangerous person. Facinelli's wife posted what she claims went down. Then out of nowhere, he threw a punch in the face of Francesco. He was inviting us to another party. Okay, let's go, and hit him. Luckily, he was very close, so Conor couldn't load up on his punch. Francesco flew back, fell on the table, then on the ground. The first thing that came to my mind was, are we kidding? Is it a show? Then I was paralyzed. She went on. I turned around and saw that his friends were holding him against the wall because he wanted to continue beating Francesco. Then they took him away. I turned on the light. The guards turned him off. Francesco was bleeding. I wanted to help him, and the guards chased us away. He will stay in Italy till October 26th. If you see him, stay away. Don't go near him and ask for autographs because he is an unstable and dangerous person. I mean, I completely believe this happened.
100%, dude. Conor is out of fucking control, dude.
He tried to fight Machine Gun Kelly the other day.
He wants to fight everybody.
Yeah, well, he's losing so much in the fucking ring. He's got to find somebody who can beat at this point. But all it does, like, whenever things happen, all it does is keep him in the news and like keep his name in there.
It's all it does is makes you interested to see his next fight, even if you think he's going to get his ass beat. Like, because it's gotten to the point where Conor is not a draw because you think he can win. He's just a draw because he's got the professional wrestling mentality down pat. You know what I mean? He knows how to draw. He knows how to bring people into the equation by promoting like this. Dude's a nut job, man.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. There he is. I broke my nose. My nose is broken. Conor McGregor is insane person. There you have it. Conor McGregor attacks another person randomly. Fuck.
Oh man.
Michael Songer for $2. I think Ryan Clark said he knew about it. That's right, Michael. We talked about that. Whoopa Troopa for $5. I benched Gesicki and Waddle today in fantasy. Yeah, I thought very long and hard about picking up Gesicki because I have my bye week for my tight end. Probably should have done that, but hey, what are you gonna do?
I'm still number one in the fantasy.
And of course, fucking Miles Gaskin did like nothing today. Like absolutely fucking nothing.
I am dominating the Sports Wars Fantasy Football League.
I meant to change my fucking lineup too. It's already fucking time.
I am
it's game
dominating.
Time
now. I am dominating. No one can touch me.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm locked in.
I'm
Miles Gaskin had 3 fucking points. Are you kidding me? I can't do anything. And I didn't want to play Chuba Hubbard, dude. Whatever. Everything's fucked.
I think you need some discipline, Ryan. You need some discipline. You need to learn some discipline with your fantasy football.
The problem is the fucking kickoff happens right now while I'm trying to run this stream. And I meant to change it and put in fucking Keenan Allen.
Bottom line, you need some discipline. You need some discipline. Okay?
I'm fucked.
Yes, you are. But that's okay because I'm number one. And oh, Benny, fuck you. Okay, I still got more points than you. Okay, and you're gonna lose to LaRock today anyway. So
I am in trouble with that.
Fuck. Why can't I fucking sign in?
Anyway, let's continue on.
I just got logged out of my fucking fantasy football.
Mexican Iron Man, you guys read that one. Hail Mexican Iron Man. P Swizzle says the officiating was terrible last night. Go Vols. Let's talk about that really, really quick because we gotta fucking start wrapping this shit up.
Yeah, so Tennessee, Lane Kiffin returns to Tennessee. It was a very, very interesting crowd reaction, to say the least. And for those who don't know, Lane Kiffin was the coach at Tennessee. He kind of changed the culture a little bit there. There was a different attitude in Tennessee. A different attitude. He was talking shit. He was running his mouth. And again, this is before like Lane Kiffin now. That's not surprising to think, oh, Lane Kiffin was talking shit. But back then, it was kind of, he came from the Raiders. You know, he's at Tennessee, and they really were changing the culture there. And then he left to go to USC, pissed off a lot of people. And now he's back with Ole Miss after being at Alabama, winning some championships, under Nick Saban. And now he's back at another SEC team. And now he returns to Tennessee. Pretty damn funny stuff.
Yep. And they weren't very happy. Tennessee fans are big, mad. Embarrassing group of fans by the sidelines are throwing items on the field, hitting cheerleaders, players, and coaching staff. Lane Kiffin was struck by a golf ball at one point. The game isn't even over yet. And you can see here, old Lane gets hit with a fucking golf ball. Look, he's like, what the fuck is this? Which, like, I am all for fans at games basically doing whatever the fuck you want, to be honest with you. But that's a little bit across the line when you start throwing golf balls at people.
100%. 100%.
You can't do that shit.
Nah, you can't. But yeah, I mean, Lane Kiffin is look, he's an interesting person, man. And I think I like Lane Kiffin. I like his attitude. I like that he makes things interesting. He's kind of on a far lesser scale. He's kind of almost like a Conor McGregor of coaches. You know what I mean? Like, he's always saying something controversial. He's always making things interesting and create such a reaction from people. So yeah, I like him. I like the attitude he brings, and he did great things for us at Alabama, obviously. And I'm happy he's around. So that was a pretty interesting scenario. And Tennessee almost came back and won that game, which would have been fucking crazy if they would have.
Yeah, that would have been something. But yeah, Lane Kiffin taking golf balls for the team, evidently. Bweezy Bird for 5. Randy Moss crying on TV about Gruden is hilarious because he probably said way worse stuff when he was a Viking. Guaranteed.
100% he did.
Because he's a normal person. Everybody says that shit.
Yep.
Mr. Bubble Matt for 2. Typical Miami Dolphins. Yeah, that was rough. Rough way for them to lose.
That's Dolphins for you.
Sweet Gab for 5. Keep with it, guys. Love the channel. Where are these other 600,000 emails? Can't fire the whole league. Media is the enemy.
Yes, 100%.
They absolutely are.
And again, I just want you guys to know, like the website, like geeksgamers.com, like, you know, Don and Lyndon, and you know they've been pushing a lot of sports stuff, but the whole writing team, like there's a ton of articles on geeksgamers.com. So make sure you're checking those out. Follow us on Twitter. Join on the forums over on geeksgamers.com. We're doing a lot of cool stuff over there. So I'm really happy with the team. Obviously, John and Black and White, they have their site. So, you know, definitely check them out over. Is it blackandwhitenetwork.com? Is that it?
Yep.
Blackandwhitenetwork.com. So we got a lot of cool stuff in the works, man.
Hell yeah. Yeah, they're killing it over on the website, man. Dro for $2. Don't take the jab to time to fight our freedom. You know, what we've always said here is that, like, all we care about is, like, letting everybody else decide for themselves. You know what I mean? Yep. So, like, if somebody makes a decision to do it because they think it's best for their family, you know what? You know, all the power to you. I just want to be able to make my decisions and not have this bullshit mandated upon us like it is. And the more resistance we see, the harder they're going to push.
Yep.
So, but thank you for the super chat. Matt G for 5. Another Gruden email just leaked. We said that one. Thank you, Matt G. Let's see. And we're all caught up on Streamlabs. John, what do you guys got going on?
Both Rhodes and I have been like super busy outside of videos and stuff. So we're not really doing too much out there. We have a show getting planned, but we're probably a month away or so from that. So stay tuned.
Hell yeah. Make sure you guys subscribe to Black and White Sports and all the stuff that they're doing over there. And then Jeremy, what do we got?
I want someone, and maybe one of our memers has it, but John just said, stay tuned. I want somebody to get Papa John and just put the stay tuned Papa John on with John Matrix. Stay tuned, Black and White Sports. So good. When he said that, I'll stay tuned. But yeah, so Mario Kart tonight on the main channel and on the Twitch channel. So make sure you follow us over on Twitch. Make sure you subscribe to Geeks and Gamers over on YouTube. It's going to be fun. A lot of shit talking, and I can't wait. So other than that, happy football Sunday. If you're watching, if you're not, that's great too. We support you. Telling the NFL to go fuck themselves is always, always welcome. Because Roger Goodell is a piece of shit. And I stand with Jon Gruden.
That's right. And you'll see this man there too. You'll see Eric July there.
Young Ripper.
So you'll see young Ripper playing Mario Kart.
Will Ripper be there tonight? I know.
I guess I don't know. I think I thought so, but maybe not.
When is he leaving? When is he leaving?
I thought he was leaving at some point today. So if he leaves today, there ain't no way he's gonna skip Mario Kart.
Yeah, no, never. So hell yeah.
I had the honor to meet young Rip. I had to recreate the Zuby picture. But there you go. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything in the last seconds. But I think we're good. God, I cannot believe I literally pulled it up to change it, and I lost track of time, and it was 1 o'clock, and the things were locked. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Fuck this shit. Fantasy football sucks. Bye.
Bye.